This is Crenshaw, Briggs and VT. We want the touchdown, we not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.
In my opinion, is Kenyon Green. We traded down and we got him for the 15th overall pick, but he had a horrendous season. Now, he did go against tough competition. We saw some flashes of greatness during run blocking situations, but he was getting manhandled last year. And the real question is, can he actually prove who he should be? Now, last year, the excuse was that he had knee surgery and he wasn't really in training camp a lot because he was recovering. Well, unfortunately, he had to have knee surgery again. And so I will not accept that excuses here. So I do think they made a really good decision by getting both Scruggs and Patterson because they both can play center or guard. So my prediction is if that Kenyon Green does not play well in the first 2-3 weeks, that they'll bench him and put one of them at guard to make sure that CJ Stroud is safe.
I gotta disagree with you on that one, bro. Like Kenyon Green coming out of college was the best run blocking guard from A&M. He finished the season, his last two to 3 games were very solid. And we all know, hey, how bad was Lerman Tunsil in his rookie year? I'm sorry, not Lerman Tunsil, Dwayne Brown.
Yeah,
was absolutely horrible. I think you need to give Kenyon Green some time, but I do agree that this is a very important season for him. I even dropped that video today. He definitely has to prove himself, but not by week 2 or 3, man.
So, well, all right, maybe I'll say I'm a little wrong by the week numbers, but think about this, right? CJ Stroud is a rookie. He has to have protection.
I agree.
So if Kenyon Green isn't providing that protection, I'm not saying they bench him for good. Like that's the last we see him of the entire season. But I can see him getting benched, putting in someone there, keep the protection up, working with Kenyon Green up for another 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then bringing him back out again. Because you cannot make CJ struggle under pressure right away. We know that one of the points where he struggled in college is when he had intense pressure. So you cannot put him in a situation right from the get-go when we've invested this much in the O-line to have one spot where he's not able to get the protection he needs. So I think they made a conscious decision to make sure, hey, we can swap out a guy if we need to. Again, I'm not saying that I'm giving up on Kenyon Green or anything. I think he should be good.
Are you calling him a bust if we bench him week 3?
I'm sorry?
Are you calling him a bust if we, go your route and bench him week 2 or 3?
No, I'm not calling him a bust. I'm just saying that we bench him and we're going to give him some more time. Maybe he still needs to heal his knee. We'll bring him back. But I do think it's a potential that we bench him and, if he's not doing his job.
I don't think we went Patterson and Scruggs just for that reason. I think it's for the depth, right? Like when Brett did what Brett did, and then we had BT's boy Quesenberry in there, it went to hell. And I think that's the biggest flaw for Green was Quesenberry. Like the guard position has to rely on the center, especially in pass blocking. When you have a suck ass center, I mean it's going to hurt his game a little bit. Plus, zone blocking helps out every position on the line, especially when it comes to young rookies, linemen. So I don't think he's going to get killed like he did last year. And like Ruben said, he did improve. So I think he's going to consistently improve, especially now he has more time with training camp and whatnot. So,
well, let me just clarify something because I'm seeing this in the comments from Richard Lorenzo. I am not saying if they bench Kenyon Green that it's over for him. Just make sure you get that clear. I'm saying that if they bench Green, that they'll bring him back later on, but they will not keep him in the game if he's continually getting pancaked.
Why even bring him back if you bench him, though?
Why? Because you're hoping that he's learning shit, that he's not doing the exact same thing, right? That you bench him and that he's learning from his mistakes, right? I mean, he's essentially being punished.
Go ahead, Harley. Go ahead. I see Harley shaking his head.
You can't rotate linemen.
Yeah,
You just can't do it. And I saw the one comment there to rotate linemen to keep them fresh. Like, no, you either stick with one guy or you go with the other one. And if whoever you put in, you're telling me right now, like the implication here is you don't have a lot of trust in Kenyon Green. I get that. I understand that. But if you're pulling him by week 3, buddy, that's telling me he don't know jack squat. So he's got to get it going.
And what does that tell to the player who you just took 15th overall last year, the first interior lineman off the board? If you bench him by week 3, bro, I don't believe in you, Kenyon Green.
That kills him. And then I think of it like this. I'm looking at it. I look at way back when Gary Kubiak got here. Wade Smith had no position with the New York Jets. And I mean, no position. He was a little lost. He's even admitted it before too. Like, he just didn't have no set position with the Jets. He comes here, he's a Pro Bowler. Mike Brazel comes here, Pro Bowler. Zone blocking scheme, like Matt said, it helps your blocking. Okay, it helps all your blockers. It helps all your offensive linemen. Jaret Patterson, to me, is nothing more than a Justin McCray replacement. Like, that's who he is to me, because he plays center, he plays guard. That's when I saw Patterson, I liked the move because, yeah, if, we don't hope for that, but if Juice Scruggs isn't up to snuff, then maybe you grab and double dip into a position of weakness at center that Jaret Patterson can he could take a load off and maybe he could start at center for you. Don't want that. I hope Juice Scruggs is a badass, okay? I don't want that. But that's what I saw Patterson as. You're quitting. If you're you're pulling the plug on Kenyon Green after week 3, then his career should be done. Like that means he hasn't just done jack squat for you. Okay, I can't rotate linemen. Can't do it.
But again, he's not the only one, right? Like we mentioned before, I think it was
the first round pick, though, bro.
Like, Dwayne Brown was benched, right? So like you can bench a lineman and bring them back. It's not the end of the world, especially when you have a rookie QB that struggles under pressure.
VT, you talking like Bill O'Brien is still here. They're not gonna
Mike
bench him,
Devlin
man.
stuff. This is Mike Devlin.
He's a first round pick. He got to be out there. He got to play. And like Harley said about the other players we got from other teams and came here and had success. Chris Myers, another guy. He wasn't good with Denver. Came here, Pro Bowler. So you got to get
Winston. Winston didn't do shit after the Texans. Yeah.
You not really in touch if you not tuning in. This is Crenshaw, Briggs and VT. We want the touchdown. We not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they bout to stampede.